And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
I suppose it was inevitable that eventually someone was going to take this and turn it into this. Catan. Settlers of Catan, a very, very popular game, now has been made into a dice game. Well, dice games aren't anything new. I mean, ever since very popular Yahtzee has been out, and people like Yahtzee and play a lot of Yahtzee. I found Yahtzee okay, a little bit boring. There's not very much interaction with other players, although there are some versions like Yahtzee Free-for-All that I do enjoy. But what is what is Catan, the dice game? Is it more like Settlers of Catan, or is it more like Yahtzee? Well, the answer is pretty easy. It's more like Yahtzee. There's some changes, and obviously it's different than Yahtzee, but my feeling is that it's mostly a solitaire game, and in fact, it is a solitaire game that two or more people are playing at the same time. There are some rules that you can find online that are downloadable, that are a little bit more interactive, but the basic game as it is, just to me, isn't good enough to warrant anything other than just playing a game by yourself, and for something like that, I can maybe find something on the internet. Well, let's look at what's in the game. The game is basically made using these dice here, and these dice have different resources on the sides that you may recognize from the different Settlers of Catan games. What you'll be doing here is you'll be using this sheet. This sheet is a scoring sheet, and it also shows you a little map of the Settlers of Catan, or of Catan, helping you decide which resources you want. The game's very simple. On your turn, you roll the dice. At that point, you can decide which of these dice you're going to keep, and you get 2 more rolls. So if you look here, what I've rolled, there's my resources. I'm going to keep a wood and a brick because according to the sheet here, and if you look at the sheet right here, you'll see this is what each thing is needed to build, and here a wood and a brick builds a road. So I'll keep the wood and the brick. I have 2 more rolls. I could re-roll all the dice, but I'm going to keep this wood and brick safe. I'll roll again, and what do I get this time? Let's see, I got a sheep, a coal, a wheat. Hey, I'll keep that, and that's going to give me a knight, according to the sheet again. And I have a brick left over, and there's nothing you can do with one resource, so I'm just going to toss that resource aside and keep my final rolls. So at this time, I'll take my sheet, and I will mark the the road that I got, and I'll mark the knight that I got on the sheet, and that gives me 2 points. So in the scoring track here, I've written the number 2 to show that I got a point. I've also marked the road. This is the starting road right here, and this is the next road. I've marked that road off, and I've marked this knight off. Now, this knight doesn't really do me any good, except that later on in the game, I'll be able to use him as a free stone resource, or coal resource, or whatever you want, or whatever that's called at that point in time. Now, to build a town or one of these cities in the course of the game, you have to have roads connecting to them. So building this road helps me out quite a bit, and I can keep going on like that. I have 15 turns, and at the end of 15 turns, I add up my total score, and if it's higher than everyone else's, I win. Now, when you're rolling the dice, occasionally you're going to roll gold. Here I've rolled 2 gold. Yay, gold is wonderful. Why? Because 2 gold can be used as basically a wild resource of any other type. All right. Again, I said it was solitaire. That's basically what it is. This sheet is a very nice sheet. It gives you the information you need it. I like the fact about building the roads. You can decide to build to all these really valuable cities, but actually rolling a city is very difficult. You need 3 ore, and you need 2 grain to do that. So you're going to have to get really lucky in your rolling, and even with rolling 2 gold, you only have 6 dice total. The amount of dice almost feels restrictive. You can't build that much in your turn. You can build 3 roads. You can build a road and a town, but you can't build a road in a city. And really, even with the wild resources that the knights are, I don't know. The game feels very samey. I'm trying to build and get cities, or I'm trying to build and get towns, or I'm trying to build and get knights, or some combination of above. And while that sounds like several rows to different kinds of strategy, it really ends up being the same thing. Oh, this game I'm doing the cities. This game I'm doing the towns. And the biggest problem I have is no matter what, it still comes down to blind luck. Yeah, I can keep stuff, but if I roll poorly, I don't get to do anything. I probably played this game 20 times solitaire. And I played it a few times with other people, and I found there's no difference. And I also found in my solitaire experiences that it really wasn't anything I did. It was just, did I get lucky rolling the dice that time? Or, this time I pushed my luck too far, and I didn't make it. So, the components are nice. some dice and this tablet, and wait a minute, that's all that comes in this box. Dice and a tablet. I guess that's okay. I mean, they could have included a pen or something, I guess, to fill out the box. But overall, there's no way I would ever want to play this over the regular Settlers of Catan game. And there's not even much reason I want to play this over Yahtzee. Maybe for a change of pace, but it's very non-interactive. Even the rules, the alternate rules on the internet, I didn't find to be that entertaining and that fun. And so this is really kind of a dud for me. So you may like it if you like Yahtzee and you like Settlers of Catan. This is a combination that may be made for you. But for most people, I think they're going to play this and find it sorely lacking.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.